Welcome to Bellingham, Washington. Now, if you've been following us, you know this is our hometown, and we just came home to visit, and we are really excited to share this area with you.
Yeah, we're starting in the Fairhaven district, the historic Fairhaven district at Bellingham, and we're really excited because we know all about this place. We didn't have to research anything.
We don't have to research a thing.
Yeah.
We actually both lived here pretty much our entire lives, so we know everything to show you and bring you some of our favorite spots. Now, the Fairhaven area, one of the things that draws people here is it is just a super quaint area to walk around. All the brick buildings, historic.
They keep it looking old, even though a lot of it's brand new, which is really cool because a lot of apartments have come up, which means there's a lot of restaurants, cafes,
bars,
a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
So we always came over here just for kicks and giggles.
Yeah.
Carrie lived right up the road here, so it made it a lot easier.
We will show that area to you soon. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
true. We didn't have to drive. But yeah, a lot to do and see here. So if you are in Bellingham, make sure and check out the Fairhaven district.
Okay, now if you've watched any one of our videos, you'll know that we are into the beer scene. We like our beer, and it all started right here in Bellingham, and we're at the Stones Throw Brewery right now in Fairhaven. It's one of 15 breweries within the Bellingham city limits. That doesn't count the tap rooms, that doesn't count the cideries, just the breweries. So
yeah, and I think every time that we come home, there's a couple new ones added, so it's a lot of fun. And now we are going to point out right now, like, they're not even open here at Stones Throw. We're starting this a bit early in the day. We will be taking you to some other places later and showing you some of the beers that we like to drink. But yeah, if you are in Fairhaven, Stones Throw is a great place to come. They have a lot of different things that go on throughout the summer months, and a lot of street fairs, things like live music,
block parties and everything else.
Yeah, the block parties, a lot of fun. So one of the big events that takes place here every year is called Ski to Sea, and people come from all over to do this.
All over the world,
yeah.
Actually. There's like 500 teams usually.
I'm not sure how many teams there are, but it's a pretty fun event.
You start at the top of Mount Baker, you cross country ski, you snow ski, you bike, you run, you kayak, you mountain bike, and you finish off.
I think you kayak across, you canoe, and then kayak.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna come in where we are right now. This is where they finish off. But the fun part that goes on that we're always part of is they have an event down here where you can go to their beer gardens, and they have music and just a lot of different fun activities going on.
We actually came all the way home from Southeast Asia just before the event started,
just
to be a part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we didn't do the race.
We didn't do the race.
We drank the beer in the beer garden though.
No racing for us.
Now, something that I've always wanted to do, out of Bellingham, you can take the Alaskan Ferry. It takes you straight up to Alaska. The scenery is beautiful. You can drive on, you can walk on. So if you wanted to fly to Seattle and take the Alaskan Ferry up out of Bellingham, it's a pretty good option. Now, it's a 3-day cruise. I'm not exactly sure how much it costs. I'm sure you can look it up, but I do have friends that have done it and they say it's fantastic. The coal train runs right through Bellingham as well, and I am not a very patient person. It's gotten better over the years, but these things are so long. We've been here for like 10 minutes already.
And where I used to live is actually right above this train track. I'll show you a little video of that. Had an amazing view, and actually the train was pretty fun to watch as it was going by, but in the middle of the night when it would honk right at this location right next to my window, it was a little loud.
It's where she fell in love with me too. Where it all started.
It's where it all started. Yep. And now it is a quiet crossing, so they don't honk at this stop. I think that went in just shortly after I moved out. So now we are down at Boulevard Park, and like we said, this is right where I live, so this was kind of my area that I would go walking and stuff like that. Now Bellingham is a college town, so there's Western Washington University here, but with that brings, there's a lot to do.
There's a lot to do. There's biking, there's kayaking, you can do skiing, you can do almost anything you want. You can drink beer here in Bellingham. I've already mentioned it. But yeah, you can lay around in a hammock if you want to. There's all kinds of things to do. Western is a gorgeous campus. It's probably the best college campus I've ever been on.
It is beautiful. Yeah, and Brian was mentioning that you could go skiing. So Mount Baker is just about an hour and 20-minute drive from here. It's a beautiful mountain to ski on. That was neither of us did a whole lot of skiing, but my kids did, so I spent a little bit of time up there. But if you like to ski and you also like to do water sports, you're like an hour and 20 minutes away from both of those things.
You could ski in the morning and go sailing in the afternoon if you wanted to.
Yeah, very easily actually.
Now from here where we're standing right now, you can get here from where we were just at in Fairhaven. It's about a mile walk along this trestle, and it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful
cool.
walk. You're right on the water the whole time. Honestly, that is one of the things that is so cool about Bellingham is they are so just pedestrian friendly. You can walk wherever you want to go. You can also bike wherever you want to go. There are bike lanes pretty much throughout the entire city and trails everywhere.
Everywhere.
So now everybody knows about Starbucks coffee, but here in Whatcom County, there's also Woods Coffee. You can go and get a coffee. Definitely frequented this place a lot, and you can just have a gorgeous view of the bay while you're having a cup. So another place to check out.
Bellingham used to have a paper mill right here in the middle of the city, right on the waterfront, prime property. Well, about 25 years ago, it closed, and one of the main breweries here in Bellingham, Colson Brewing, decided to put in Trackside Brewing right on the old site, and it's a brilliant idea.
It is brilliant, and it's called Trackside for a couple reasons. It's right next to the train tracks, but it is also next to a really awesome bike track, which I really wish was here when my son was younger, because we probably would have been down here all the time. Bellingham is also, as we mentioned, bike friendly, but they also have so many places that are dog friendly and kid friendly. So if you're got either of those and you want to still be able to go out and do a lot of activities or go have a really nice beverage, you can sit down here, and there's a huge green space here for the kids to play around, but then also the bike track is right behind you, so if your kids are old enough, you can let them go do their thing and you can sit here and enjoy your beer.
That's a great idea, because if you don't like kids, you can send your kids over to the track and you can sit here and drink beer.
And there's a lot of space here that you don't have to be right next to where the kids are playing too. But they have live music down here and a lot of activities going on.
Cornhole.
And once again, I want to mention, when we're showing you these videos, this is a Monday afternoon and it is now noon. So we're starting nice and early with our beers. Yeah, it's always a good time to drink some beer. So, all right, cheers.
So out of the 15 plus breweries in Bellingham, this one is fantastic, but is it our favorite one? Another great place is Gruff Brewing, probably our favorite outdoor space.
Yeah, it's great. They have little fire pits, and
they've done a really good job in the recent years. It's fantastic. The cool thing about Gruff, they've got their own beer, but they also serve other breweries' beers as well, so you can pick and choose. They have fantastic beer themselves. Right across the street is Boundary Bay, the original craft brewery in Bellingham. Their weekends are fantastic all summer long.
Yeah, another great place to come if you want any kind of outside entertainment. They always have a band playing. They have great food, great beer. Yeah, another great place to come.
And they're only a 2-minute walk from where we were just at, the Trackside. So they're all three right here in the same area.
Right, so you can really hop around. There's a lot of places here in Bellingham. You do not need to be getting in a car.
Go beer hopping.
You can just beer hop. And there's actually some buses that you can get on that do the beer hopping and take you around.
They'll do it for you. Yeah, don't drink and drive.
Now another thing next to Gruff Brewing, if your thing is some marijuana, that is legal here.
The Mary Jane.
Not so much our thing, but it is readily available on, if you like Starbucks, it's kind of like Starbucks. It's on every street corner.
About every corner.
So now we are down here at the marina, which is also Zuniche Park. And there's a lot to do down here. There's a huge trail that goes through the whole marina. If you know anything about us, we like the marinas.
I'm surprised there's no kites going today.
Yeah.
If you haven't already noticed, it's very windy today, which isn't typical really for Bellingham, but we've got it today. Sometimes we got kites out here. I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm not seeing anybody here flying kites. Of course, it is a Monday. If you do decide to come to Bellingham, there are cool places to stay right down in the marina. The Bellwether is a great hotel.
Right on the marina. And honestly, right in this area, the nice thing about it is there's three like really great restaurants that, I mean, there's more restaurants than that, but there is the Bellwether, there is Anthony's, there's Hearthfire, there's actually the Loft, and they're all just super close by, walking distance. The Bellwether also has fantastic entertainment in the summertime. Every week they have a new band playing, and yeah, it's a great place to come.
You can also catch whale watching tours right out of this area as well.
So now we are at Whatcom Falls Park, and Whatcom Falls Park, I think for us, especially in our childhood, we probably both spent quite a bit of time here.
This was the place to be. As cool as those waterfront parks are, they do get a little bit chilly. As you might have noticed, we've taken the sweatshirts off now.
Yeah,
because
not as much wind.
And we're still right in Bellingham too. This is right in the heart of Bellingham, Whatcom Falls Park. We used to come here as kids, jump off the cliffs. Did you jump off the cliffs?
I did not jump off the cliffs.
This was
Mr. No Heights
This was
jumped
before
off
I was afraid of heights, right? Before I was afraid of heights, I was invincible.
This created the fear of heights.
It probably did. You're probably right.
Yeah. So this area, if you are a nature lover, is fantastic. There are trails that go all over. They really kind of connect you throughout the city, honestly. This also connected us to where we used to live, and we'll show you that in a little bit. But there is a lot to see on this trail. It's just beautiful.
And we still have not gotten to our favorite brewery yet. No. So that is
still yet to come.
So now when I was younger, we would get on this concrete slide with plywood, sit crisscross applesauce, pull up on the front of that plywood to slide straight down the slide here across the creek, would skim all the way over. And apparently adults found it was dangerous. They put these grids in, and now you can't do it anymore. So if you do decide to come to Bellingham, you've gone to all the breweries, all 15 plus of them, and you're looking for a day trip, well, we're about, what, an hour from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, Seattle, Washington, and the San Juan Islands. If you've never been to the San Juan Islands, you're missing out. You leave out of Anacortes, which is about 45 minutes from where we're located right now. You take the ferries all over the islands.
Right, you can go out to, a popular place out there is Friday Harbor, Roach Harbor, just beautiful, great place to just hop into and enjoy for the day or stay overnight. But yeah, there's just a lot of places.
The last time we did that, the ferry had to come to a complete stop because there's a pot of whales going through. Yeah. So we got an extra special treat. We got
a free whale watching.
Yes.
Well, yeah, ferry ride cost, that's all. But yeah, there is a lot to do from Bellingham. So it's really kind of a great central point to put yourself if you want to be able to go see a lot of places around here.
And bring your golf clubs because there's golf courses all over the place.
Now, when Brian and I first moved in together, we lived in this area. Now, where we are at right now is the Barkley district. This area is actually a fantastic place to live if you want to be able to walk to everything.
Especially our favorite tap house, Overflow Taps.
Yeah.
We'd hit the rail, come down here quite often, whenever I could talk Carrie into it, get ourselves a tasty beverage. We had a grocery store right here, plenty of restaurants, things to do. Theater, we had everything down here we needed. We also had the park right here that had the trails that connect us to Whatcom Falls Park where we were just at. So
yeah, it was really a fantastic place to live, very central, more modern area.
Yeah, that's where she fell in love with me for the second time. Yeah.
So now we are in the Columbia district, which also has, once again, a ton of breweries.
And a great tap house. This is Goods Tap House. They're gonna grab beers from wherever they can find them. Quality, good beer. Not only that, but they go to Eastern Washington and they pull cherries and fresh produce from Eastern Washington.
Great fruit stand.
Yeah, if you need a Christmas tree,
place to come. Yeah.
During Christmas
so they got
time?
that, they got your pumpkins, they got everything. But Columbia District here is a great area. Once again, this is kind of an area where I had a house here and raised my kids up, or my son, and yeah, another just great area in Bellingham.
Back then they didn't have
they didn't have breweries.
They didn't have a tap house. Menace Brewing is also over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is the Columbian area. So now the beer we had earlier was kind of a pre-beer.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't quite,
beer.
it was a warm-up beer, yes. It wasn't quite too thirsty. It has definitely become too thirsty now. We could have gone to Aslan. We could have gone to Wonder, which are fantastic breweries.
Yeah. Though honestly, the list of breweries that you can go in Bellingham is way longer than we can hit in one day for you.
Pick one, it's gonna be delicious. But we're at our favorite brewery right now, Stemma Brewing. If you're into cats and beer, this is the place for you. Their mascot is a cat. All their gear has cats and beer on it. You'll love it.
Yeah.
They've got food trucks. One of them's closed right now. Big Stick Barbecue is closed, which kind of bumps me out.
They have a taco truck, they have a barbecue truck, and now they have a new, I believe it's a sandwich grilled cheese truck.
Grilled cheese sandwich truck.
It is honestly, it's our favorite place. We spend probably way too much time here when we're home, but we're not going to apologize for that.
We're not home for very long, so here we are.
Yeah. So we are going to close out here and hope that if you make it to Bellingham, this video helps you figure out what to go see.
Yeah, get here, enjoy it, come in the summertime. If you do choose to come in the wintertime, Mount Baker's in your backyard. Have a great time. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.